I don't have to do this. I'm only doing it because it is who I am. That's how I played the game. That was my mentality.
Took some overtime to get the time right. Had to lose a little mind to get my mind right. Finally realized, but in hindsight, you wanted the limelight. Me priority never once. You kept close but never really wasn't. I accept you like a focus. Agree with all your choices. Needed you to need me. Needed you to see me. Until I found the right direction, I think my reflection would agree. Had to find the me in me.
The Short Sport by K. David Jordan.
The bad news is Caitlin Clark is hurt. She's out. Welcome to the King Joe Show. Remember, go for your goals because success looks amazing on you. I'm your host, King David Jordan, and today we have to talk about, unfortunately, the injury heard around the world, the biggest news in the sports spectrum. Caitlin Clark is hurt. It's Caitlin Clark injury. The Tiz lost to Liberty. Many fans are pointing fingers not only at Caitlin Clark's health, but the WNBA. We'll break down today why the injury is not only happenstance, but why the WNBA bears some of the blame. Welcome everyone. Listen, if you don't mind hitting that like and subscribe, please hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you guys for everyone for coming through. We appreciate you guys so much. Make sure you hit that like, that thumbs up, the subscribe button. Well, as we heard, Caitlin Clark is out for the next 2 weeks. Across her 4 years, an hour, and her first season as a pro within the Indiana Fever, Caitlin Clark has never missed a game until now. The Fever announced today, happy, we want to say, give our love and our condolences and our thoughts and our prayers to those who fought for this great country, the United States, and we lost on this Memorial Day. We appreciate the sacrifice that you made and the love that you gave and your lives that you gave so that we can enjoy the freedoms that we have by hosting this podcast right here. On this Memorial Day, we send our love, our thoughts, our prayers to the family members that have lost, and our love and our respect to the ones that we've also lost also. So today has already been like an emotional day because it is Memorial Day, and I had a couple of friends that I've lost that were in service, and so it's always a great day, and I always try to celebrate it and get love. But then I was going out, and we, most of us, we like to barbecue, we like to do different things, and I'm trying to eat a little bit better. The more I get known and stuff like that, I'm trying to work on my looks a little bit. I'm thinking about cutting my hair. What y'all think? Cut it, keep it. Think about cutting it down, get everything, because, we're starting to get a little bit of notoriety. We're starting to get a little bit of popularity. And I'm out, and my wife is cooking. As a matter of fact, I had a conversation with a former host that I used to do the sports show with before I went solo dolo and started doing the King Joe Show. And we were talking about some of our previous shows, and one of the big arguments we had was the Caitlin Clark Angel Reese argument. And we were having that argument, and I kind of asked him. I said, "Oh, bro, why you not doing the show no more?" And he's like, "Man, because bro, you always win. You were never wrong. You was always right. And he was saying it sarcastically. It wasn't like I'm always right. He was saying it sarcastically, like as a joke. Like, hey, you're always right. And he said, at least you think you're always right. And it's on your show. It never feels like we could win the debate with you on your show. It seems like you're always right. And I asked him, I said, well, did I overtalk? No, you gave me a chance to talk. Did I give you a chance to make your point? You gave me a chance to make your point, but it just seemed like you was always right. So finally, I had to take a step back and I allowed him to get off. Then I said, bro, let me tell you something. I've been doing this for a lot of years, like 20 odd years. I've been working in media for like 20 years. And while I was doing the media for 20 years, I said, this is what I do. So if you come on my show, bro, you got to be ready. And really your takes got to be up to par to deal with the scrutiny and the analyzation that I'm going to do. I'm going to put the work in and have my stats and have everything ready to go to back my points. So you got to be there. And at the end of the day, what it was like, hey, man, you just get your butt kicked in the debate, and it's all right. It's all right to say you lost sometimes, all right? And it was like he's kind of in his feelings because he's like, yo, I'm older than you, blah, 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 blah. But, he's losing the debate. And I thought about this then when I got off the phone with him. I came downstairs and I started looking, and I saw the injury, the Caitlin Clark. I thought about that conversation. And then I thought about, okay, I'm going to have to report on this. I'm going to have to come through in this. I'm going to have to talk about it. What's up, Kyle? How you doing, sir? I'm going to have to talk about it. I'm going to have to really, what angle am I going to want to talk about this from? And it hit me like a ton of bricks. Like when you have someone that's really, really, really good and talented at their craft, it makes ordinary people or people that also try to do the same thing, it makes them a little bit intimidated. And when they know that you're special, that you got a little extra, God-given ability, you got a little extra juice, they know for a fact that the only way they can stay in is if they get an advantage. They know. And that's why I opened the show with the Jordan rules. Because what Detroit knew, and I never forget, is the Arsenio Hall show. Zeke, Isaiah Thomas was on the Arsenio Hall show, and Arsenio Hall was talking about the future of the NBA. And Zeke said, man, this guy named Air, bro, serious. Now here you got Zeke. Isaiah Thomas, considered one of the best point guards at the time in the NBA, one of the best players at the time in the NBA, said, hey, that boy Air up there is serious. It's serious. And when I'm sitting and I'm listening to Zeke have this conversation with Arsenio Hall, he acknowledged that it's a difference between this one and everybody else. So when Detroit met Chicago, for all the babies that don't know about this, all the LeBron James is the greatest of all time. When Detroit met Chicago and they played Air, a.k.a. Michael Jeffrey Jordan, and they played him, they developed something they called the Jordan rules. And the Jordan rules was, hey, we got to be very extra, extra, extra physical with him. We have to be extra, extra, extra tough on him in order to get to even the playing field of, hey man, he's more skillful. He has more skills than I do. He's gifted. So they had to beat him up. They had to rough him up. They had to skill him. And for the next couple of years, it was hard for Michael Jordan to get past the Detroit Pistons because what? They had made the game real rough. And it was funny, me and my partner was talking about this morning when we was having a conversation about Caitlin Clark. They made it real rough for Mike. They tried to beat Mike up. Why? To layer the players. And what eventually had to happen, y'all got to listen to this because we breaking it down today. What eventually had to happen in the NBA was the NBA had a rule change. And why did the NBA have a rule change? Because the NBA understood, and they were smart enough to understand that Michael Jordan is him. That Michael Jordan is him. And with this rule change coming, they implemented something called the flagrant foul. and they made the penalty for taking Michael Jordan out the air. They made the penalty that much more severe, where it would deter people from beating up on Michael Jordan. Why? Because Michael Jordan was him. His skill level, his appeal, everything was at an extraordinary level that in order for them to level the playing field, they had to get overly physical. They had to beat him up. And what the league was saying was, hey man, if y'all keep allowing him to take Michael Jordan out the air, eventually Michael Jordan's going to get hurt. So the league had to step in and make the rule to counteract the Jordan rules. King, why are you giving us this history lesson? Why are you going this direction? The reason I'm going this direction is this. We found out today that Caitlin Clark will be missing at least, that's the big word, at least 2 weeks because of a quad injury. And in the title you saw, I think, and I don't even think, I presume, and I'm going to make a statement that's going to, shock some, but a lot of people are going to agree with me. I really place a lot of the blame, or some of the blame, or majority of the blame on the WNBA. Because they have not recognized, like the NBA did with Michael Jordan, they have not recognized with Caitlin Clark that she is her. She is the one. And teams like the Atlanta Dream that aren't as skilled and aren't as good is going to play very, very, very tough, and they're going to beat her up. They're going to play physical on her, pick up 90 feet, play physical, keep their hands on her. If she goes to the hole, hit her. Hey, we got to beat her up. We can't just let her have free reign and run the court. That's the only way we can even the playing field to play with Caitlin Clark. It's the only way we can do it. And we kept saying last year, me, other Caitlin Clark, other WNBA social media commentaries, other content creators. We kept saying last year, you guys have to stop them from beating up Caitlin Clark. She's the money. I don't know. It was this. It was a show that came on Stars. And in the show on Stars, what was it? It was about the basketball player that played in Atlanta. He's a basketball player that played in Atlanta. He lived with his family. And it was Mike Epps. There's a couple more actors and actresses. But the basketball player, him and his sister got into it, and his sister punched him in the eye. And his mama came, and his mama said, hey, don't hit the money. Don't. And I was looking at it. She's like, don't hit the money. The brother had a black eye. And she's like, wait a minute, what are you doing? Don't hit. If y'all remember the name of that show, put it in the chat. I forgot the name of the show, but it was a show of basketball on Stars. It's about a guy who went into the league. It stayed on about 4 or 5 years with Mike Epps. Mike Epps got killed. He was the uncle that got killed, but I forgot the name of the show. But I think it was produced by LeBron James, right? But his sister punched him in the eye, and then his mom was like, what are you doing? She's like, he was wrong. She was like, who cares? You don't hit the money. And this is what we have to tell the WNBA. And the WNBA has to get through to their players. You don't hit the money. That's what the NBA recognized with Jordan. You don't hit the money. Ain't nobody coming to see you perform Otis. No one's doing that. You got to take care of what? Your biggest asset. That's just common sense. That ain't even like, hey, I got to protect my most valuable asset. But all year last year, they allowed Caitlin to get beat up, and we was like, where's the foul? We wasn't even getting foul calls. Oh, forget technical fouls or flagrant foul. We wasn't getting the call at all. What's up, Ken? What's up, Mark? What's up, Kent? We wasn't getting the call at all. 0%. And we kept saying, listen, what you don't want is for her to be out a significant amount of time. That's the money. That's the draw. Everybody, oh, I know why these other players are mad, because for years they've been playing and doing well, and nobody paid attention to them. And then here comes this little white girl. She comes and everybody says she's a baller. Yeah, you doggone right. She's the draw. Favor ain't fair. That's what the church used to tell me. Meaning who God's favor, that's who he favors. Favor ain't fair. And what you had was you had the draw, and you don't touch the money. And the league kept letting them play with the most valuable asset that they have in the WNBA. Now she's out for the next couple of weeks. And she's missing some big, big games. We just literally had the Fever coach talking about how the other teams are getting a plus 31 advantage in foul calls than our team. And she's like, it wasn't like we're not going to the free throw. We're not driving the ball and just shooting three-pointers. They're swallowing their whistles. And once again, this is why we consistently said that the WNBA was trash. This is why we consistently say that the WNBA can't win, because the people in the front office don't get it. They don't understand. Stephanie White just came. She had a press release. She said she's going to come back better. She's confident Caitlin will come back better. But you can't allow these teams to continuously beat up on your star player and not call the fouls. Now, we're trying to figure out what was the foul that really caused the injury. I wonder, was it the last foul of 3-point where she got fouled and it was a no call? Here's Stephanie White at the end of the post conference talking about the referees.
I think it's pretty egregious what's been happening to us the last few games. You know, a minus 31 free throw discrepancy. And I might be able to understand it if we were just chucking threes, but we're not. We're attacking the rim. And the disrespect right now for our team has been pretty unbelievable. So it's disappointing, you know, that it doesn't go both ways, or it hasn't gone both ways. But we also can't allow that to consume us, right? Like, we've got to be able to play through that. We've got to be able to control the things that we can control. You know, I felt like at times our late game execution was good, and I consider most of the latter half of the fourth quarter, because it was a tight ball game. We're still not recognizing our mismatches. You know, I felt like AB had plenty of opportunities. We could have gotten her touches down low, and you know, we had some turnovers, key turnovers. We settled at times. You know, we fought, but we can't dig ourselves a hole from the beginning.
Yeah, Caitlin talked a lot about, you know, the defense kind of being iffy, especially in the fourth quarter.
Hear what she said. Go back to the beginning. Go back to the beginning when you asked the initial call.
You see on the last play from Caitlin, and then on top of that, what did you think of your team's late game execution?
I thought she got fouled. I think it's pretty egregious what's been happening to us the last few games. A minus 31.
Welcome to the Indiana Fever. This has been happening at least the last 2 seasons.
Free throw discrepancy. And I might be able to understand it if we were just chucking threes, but we're not. We're attacking the rim. And the disrespect right now for our team has been pretty unbelievable.
The disrespect for our team. You're not just, but listen, they're not just disrespecting your team. It's really about disrespecting your star player. And this is what I'm talking about when I say the league, the WNBA bears some responsibility to the injury. It's already a grueling season for these ladies anyway. But if you put on top of that the beating and the consistent fouling and holding and kicking and tripping and clotheslining and punching in the face and poking in the eye, and pushing. And then we just, it's just a physical league. This is why people are upset. And this is why I'm saying to the WNBA, get yourself together. Figure it out. And I'm not talking about a $30 fine that you gave to Ryan Howard. I'm not talking about, you gotta give it 30. No, I'm talking about take them game checks. They don't make, but like, you gotta give them like $1,000 because they don't make but a couple $1,000 a game. So take a game check. $2,000, $5,000. Hit the box. VVS, I gotta make you a moderator. VVS, after the video, can you do me a favor? Can you send me after the video when I say the video, comment under there so I can make you a moderator. And thank you, bro, for being consistent. I appreciate you so much. It means a lot. And a lot of you guys come on all the time and are consistent. Kent, Kyle, thank all you guys, man, for being super, super consistent. Tim, K. Ken, Mark, thank you guys, man. I appreciate it. The community, man, the Kingdom citizens and the community, man, is fantastic. If you're not a part of it, make sure you hit that like and hit that subscribe and that notification and become a part of the Kingdom citizens. I'm actually getting ready to start doing some other things too, because I want to break down the games with the highlights and things of that nature. So we're gonna start doing some other things where you guys can be a part of that. You can subscribe to that because when we do highlights and different things like that, they're flagging the videos and we're not able to get more outreach than what we want right now. So please, if you don't mind hitting the like and subscribe, we're on our way to we want to get to 2,000. I want to get to 10,000 before the end of the year, and with your help, we're gonna get there. But this is what I keep telling you guys, man. It has to be. You have to protect your most valuable asset, because this is the reason. Because if I'm a coach of the Atlanta Dream and I'm the new head coach, I'm trying to win as many games as possible because I'm going to keep my job. And if I have a boxer and I'm fighting a more skilled boxer, and I got a boxer that's not a skill, what do they tell him? Hey, man, you got to get in there and make it dirty. Hey, you got to rough him up. You got to fight a little dirty. You got to be a little nasty with him. Take a couple of cheat shots. Make it a dirty fight. Put in the grind. Take him to the cellar. That's what they tell him in the fight. When you got a boxer, and the boxer's like, hey, he's more skillful. Hey, you got to get in there and make it dirty. Pull on him, hold him. Do whatever you can to stay in your power. You got to try to even the playing field. So I'm not mad at the teams and the coaches. They're doing what the league allows them to do. And what the league has to do is the league has to come up and make a rule where it deters them from doing those things. All right, Mark, man, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time, bro. I want to thank each and every one of you guys for watching the show, from your time, taking your time here on a Memorial Day weekend, a holiday weekend to spend with your guy, I appreciate it so much. I don't count it likely. But this league has to make sure they have to make those changes. They said, do I think it gets Adam to Yes. I think this gets the whole WNBA's attention. I think it gets the WNBA's attention. That if it doesn't get the front office attention, then it's a hopeless case. I almost think it's a lost case to begin with. But if it definitely doesn't get to the point where these young ladies are taken into effect, hey, we just lost Caitlin Clark for at least 2 weeks or more. What if it turns into a month? Or when she doesn't come back, God forbid she doesn't come back after All-Star break. Your season is a wrap. Even for us content creators, we like, Caitlin go for 2 weeks. If we keep it honest, hey, I saw Ben Davis. He was sad. I saw the guys are sad because they're like, man, 2 weeks. Dog, what can we talk about? Adrian Reese is struggling. There's some other stuff to talk about, but it's not as exciting as Caitlin Clark. It's not as exciting as CeCe. And what we saw Sunday, and I'm gonna tell you what's the biggest indictment. The biggest indictment is what we saw Sunday. Was I can't wait for the ratings to come out, because everybody I talked to from that game, everyone I talked to that watched that game this weekend between the New York Liberty and Indiana Fever said the same thing. Whew. Man, that was a good game. Man, that was other. Man, that was better than a lot of the NBA games I saw this year. They was in 2 weeks of Adrian missing the That's what I'm saying. You got some social media guys that are scrambling right now. Biggest indictment was the last game between New York Liberty and the Indiana Fever, because it was up tempo. It was back and forth. It was good basketball. It had everything that you wanted. Even with Indiana losing, and the ref killed the ending for me. That's cool. But up to that end, I'm on the edge of my seat the entire game. You couldn't take your eyes off that game. The young ladies look like professional basketball players, which they are. But you were able to see it at a high level. Good defense, good post play, good shooting, competitive edge. A crowd that was going absolutely nuts. It was even good broadcasting. I gotta get proud. Even the broadcasters were pretty good at it. It was an all-around good product that they had, led by Caitlin Clark and Stewie and Sabrina and Jaquel and Aaliyah and Lexi, led by stars that are becoming household names that we like and love, and playing at that pace. Even Caitlin struggling the whole first half. We was like, yo, what is going on? It still was a fantastic game. And for the Indiana Fever to come back and Caitlin hit the threes and they go on the run and it goes crazy. It was everything that you wanted to be promoted in the game. Except for what? An awful referee. I don't think the numbers drop. I know they drop before tomorrow. They probably drop. They asked, do they know the numbers? Those numbers will probably drop tomorrow. Probably drop tomorrow. And let's be honest, the referees being bad is occurring all over the league. I was watching the Seattle game. the other night. And I was like, oh my God, it's not just Caitlin. Can you relate? What's up, my brother? It's UI. What's up, bro? Thank you for joining us. David, how you been? Steve, what's going on? John Andrews, how you doing? I need some of my people on X to get in the chat. Leave some chats, leave some comments on X. You know, y'all just be listening. We got a good split between X and YouTube. X, leave some chats, some thumbs up. Give me some likes and thumbs up on X if you're watching on X right now. Make sure you hit the follow button. But this is the thing, guys. It's I'm just really, really, really dumbfounded. I don't understand it, but I think the WNBA could learn from the NBA dealing with another player that was him. And that was Michael Jeffrey Jordan when they had the Jordan rules. And the changes that the NBA made was to say, okay, we're trying to grow this league. We're coming out the Magic Bird era and we're going into the Michael era. And in order for this to work, what's up, Zane? What's good? How you doing, my friend? What's good now is the fact that, hey, we're gonna have to make some changes to the game to assure the safety, the health of not just the game, but of the players in the game. And once they made those changes, the league went pew. The most popular has ever been. And Jordan didn't cry. Jordan didn't cry with the Jordan rules. Oh no. He didn't cry at all. Jordan said, okay, if this is the way you want to play, I got you. This the way you want to do it? I got you. And you sitting down, that's right. Caitlin, I think she got a lip busted last game too. When you sit down and you watch what happened, some of those fouls that occurred in the Jordan rules, it looks a lot like Caitlin. When you sit there and Jordan was like, listen, I understood. Turn the volume on. I want to hear what the Jordan's response was.
Man, that's how I played the game. That was my mentality. If you don't want to play that way, don't play that way.
Play it again.
Make sure that the savior is okay. That wasn't the way it is.
I don't have to do this. I'm only doing it because it is who I am. That's how I played the game. That was my mentality. If you don't want to play that way, don't play that way.
The refs did not want to save the game. The refs did not want to save. They didn't care to save the savior at that time. Doesn't this feel a lot like Caitlin? Doesn't this feel a lot like what's going on? The Clark rules. The Clark rules, let's beat her up. Let's guard her 5 foot, get your hands on her, be physical with her. If she tries to go across the screen, hit her. If she gets in the lane, hit her, don't let her go to the left. Clark rules. Now she's out for 2 weeks. WNBA, what are you going to do? And real talk, you have the power to implement it today. You have the power to talk to your refs today. I mean, these YMCA referees are horrible. Let's keep it a buck. I hadn't seen this bad officiating. The WNBA has the worst officiating in all of professional sports. In all of professional sports. Bar none. It's not even close. It's not even close. have an opportunity to make those changes and to get right. Listen, guys, thank you guys so much for your time. Thank you so much for what you've done today. Thank you for joining the King Joe Show. We got to cut it a little short, guys, because it's a holiday. But I wanted to come in and talk to you guys. Listen, stick together, love on one another. I'm still gonna support the Fever. We're gonna hold it down till Kaylin get back. Hopefully they can hold it down. Aaliyah Boston has been playing phenomenally this entire season. She's gonna have to pick up play a little bit more. We see Colston is checking. I've been wanting to see a little bit more Colston. Just a Kid for Brooke. What's going on? Just a Kid, it's your fault. It's your team's fault. No, just playing. We're gonna see what happens. WNBA, y'all gotta make some change. We're calling you to the court. We'll be back. We'll talk a little bit later about, does the WNBA have a Brittany Griner problem? I wanted to make this last night, but I ended up spending the evening with my wife. So, listen, we're going to talk about, does the WNBA have a Brittany Griner problem? And the hypocrisy of this league. This league is trash. We keep trying to take up for the WNBA, but the WNBA is trash. As a league, and not the players. As the players. Trash. And we're gonna see if they can pick it up and put it together to have a superstar. San Antonio in the building. What's going on, everybody? Everybody, tell me where you're from. Leave it in the comment section. I appreciate you guys. Y'all have a great day. We'll talk about that Brittany Griner show next show. I got content. I'm so gonna miss Caitlin. Prayers up to all the families that's lost. Once again, shout out to all the soldiers that gave their lives so that we can be free, so that I can do this show, so that you guys can come in. Our love and prayers go to your family and you men and women will never be forgotten. We love you sincerely. King Joe Show. Love you guys. Peace.
Are you with me? No care, no care. Will you leave me hanging like no doubt, no doubt? Are you gonna be like 2K? And 2K, let spirit lead you like okay. And when there's another for me, P8 like an extra in the family. You talk about friends with no legacy. Now you acting like you don't know me. Take your breath, have you sleep like Nipsey. Now you walk around the world like you got it just all together, all together, all together. Are you with me? No cap.